Welcome, everybody. Come right on in. We're getting ready to get started here. And we'll get things kicked off. Hello and welcome, everybody. There we go. Great to see everyone. All right, I'm already using my computer other than live stream tonight. Hope things go well. Hey, everybody. Great to see ya. Did you you did. Pull the music. All right, great to see everyone. Rodney, good to see you. Joe, hello. Keep coming right on in here. I fear that my video quality is not good. Let me know how I'm doing. Hopefully everything's doing all right here, but I fear we've got a low quality issue since I'm fighting with the connection tonight. So let's give me 2 seconds to get this get my phone hotspot in the window, and we'll see if that helps. Give me just a second here. We will see if that will help the connection at all. I'm not extremely optimistic, but a tad. So we'll see what happens here over the course of the next little bit. See if maybe some of the issues iron out. But yeah, absolutely. Great to see everybody coming in here. All right, we've got a bunch of questions popped into our live stream questions in the Discord. If you have not joined our Discord yet, getting ready to drop that link in the chat. And once you join the Discord, go over to the live stream questions section and put your question in there, and we will get to it. So grab that Discord invite, hop on over into Discord, and post your question. All right. Let's go ahead and share. Can we share a portion of a screen? I don't know if that's possible. Okay. Jeff says video cleared right up. That's incredible. That's great. Glad to know. It's amazing. All right. Let's go ahead and share this Discord view here. There we go. Here's our Discord, and let's go ahead and start down through some of these questions. Can y'all see that okay? You know what? That might not be the best way to do this. Let's do this a different way because that's going to be a little bit difficult to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the question, paste it in the comments, put it up on screen. That way we can all see it. And then we'll cover each one at a time. Let's see here. Let me grab the first one. It's a long one from our good friend Pepe, Switzerland. Oops. So Pepe, I don't think you're watching at the moment, but if you are, throw something in the comments. Great. Always great to hear from you, my friend. Let's see if we can. I don't know if this will all post as one comment or not, but we're going to try. Hey, hello, Pepe. Great to see you, my friend. We're just getting kicked off, getting ready to answer your first question. So getting ready to post it here. See if it'll post into the comments all as one comment. No, posted as multiple comments on YouTube, but on Facebook, it posted as one comment. So we'll pop it up on screen. All right, let's read through the question here. Let's see here. Yeah, my camera is going to need a little bit of assistance with this one. Okay. All right. So the first question says, large existing logging suites can generate digital QSL cards with the image provided by the user based on the contacts and automatically send them to the email address specified on QRZ. Large logging suites have an interface to the rotor of the beam antenna. Large logging suites already know the satellite locations and can alert you when a specific satellite appears on the horizon. Plus, interface for antenna control. Question: will WRL be able to do all of this in the medium term as well? Okay, so let's break these down piece by piece. First of all, QSL card generator. Yes, that is like on the horizon. We've got, we're working through a lot of stuff. QSL card generator is one of the next big things. And spoiler alert, you heard it here first type of thing, so that isn't something we've publicized a lot yet, but that is something we're definitely going to be looking at very soon, is a QSL card generator system. And very likely with emails, that type of thing, and we'll see what all else we can do with that. See here, what's the next part of your question? Rotor of the beam. Okay, so beam rotors. That is something that we have not delved into a whole lot, but I'm going to send this over to the team right now, and we've got a meeting tomorrow. We can definitely look. Let me find. Here we go. Let me go ahead and drop this in here so we have notes to discuss. There we go. Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and pop that in there. Okay. All right. So that is with the team, and we'll discuss that, Pepe. Absolutely. And then know the satellite locations and alert you. Okay. All right. That's an excellent one. That's actually one that that I could foresee that happening even sooner than rotor control. Let me go ahead and send that one along as well. All right. Pardon my my pauses here. I'm trying to get this information onto the team. There we go. Okay. All right. We'll discuss those things very soon, Pepe. Thank you for that fantastic question. And by the way, I'm I'm getting notes that we have some new some changes to the templates on Dev, maybe some new theme colors, that type of thing. So guys, go check out the Dev platform if you are a beta tester. Um, yeah, these themes are looking amazing. Our dev is doing a fantastic job there. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and grab the next question here. All right, so let's see here. Okay, the question in a more general way, will WRL become a large logging suite or a medium-sized logging suite, which covers all the mainstream needs but not every specialty? Our eventual goal is to become the large logging suite with basically all the tools you need. Now, we've got four developers on staff, and we're hammering just as hard as we can. We've been at this for what, almost just under 2 years, so not that long. And we've made tons of progress, but it definitely takes time to get all those specialty features built, and we're trying to get the main crux built out to the best possible degree first, and then we'll definitely be looking at a lot more of those specialty features. We're already starting to dive into a few of those specialty features, and yeah, we'll absolutely. That's our plan, is to incorporate pretty much all of this. So thank you, Pepe. That's a very good way of clarifying it. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. And if you guys want to follow along with these questions, you can also jump over into the live stream questions section of the Discord, and all these questions are posted there. So, let's grab the next one here. Pop that in the comments. Does World Radio League plan to implement a CW tool in the medium term that will take over standard communication in a contest so I can rest my hand a little in a 24-hour contest? So I'm assuming you're meaning a CW sender, like a conversion to where you type in the text, it sends the CW for you. That would take a bit of radio communication, of course. Now I'm sure it can be done, but it's something we're gonna have to we're getting ready to launch the desktop app here in just a few weeks, and once we do that, it will that's when some of those options will suddenly become much more prevalent in our discussions here. Like I said, in just a few weeks. And we'll be discussing those type of things a whole lot more, and I can definitely foresee something like that happening. I'm not going to promise it, but I can definitely foresee something like that becoming a reality after the launch of the desktop app. I don't yeah, I pretty much guarantee you it won't be before, but after the launch of the desktop app here in a few weeks, there's a possibility that could definitely be a fairly easy option to implement. Rodney says it could be for calling CQ and answering Roger 73. Yes, absolutely. Even sending, yeah, even answering with your call sign. Yeah, definitely. That's, yeah, I can definitely foresee this happening. This is very good ideas, and we'll be throwing these ideas around with the team for sure. So certainly not a hard no, and it's not a hard yes, but it's a high possibility. And like you said, in the medium term, it won't be in the short term. We're looking medium to maybe long term, but yeah, we'll see how that happens. This is a good question, and honestly, as I look at this question, I'm not entirely sure of the answer, but let's see if we can come up with something. By the end of this year, what will be the biggest innovation we will witness at World Radio League in 2025? What an absolute star of a question. That's a brilliant question. And I would love to have James on here. I don't know if he's watching or not. I would love to have James on here to just toss this question around and discuss it. I don't know if he's, let's see if he's online right now. No, it don't look like he's online, but yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, so I would say in the first half of the year, which of course ends by the end of this month, probably by the either the end of this month or the end of next month, I would say our biggest accomplishment or our biggest innovation to that point will be kind of our contesting platform, and then the way we handle our desktop app to cloud system. I think that'll be for the first half of the year. Now, talking the full year, we've got a huge slate of stuff stacked up here that's that's definitely going to be very innovative. I'm going to say here, hold on one second here. I don't know what's going on with our. I'm going to pull these comments off for now because they're acting weird. Okay. I'm going to say we're going to have some really big improvements to like our contest, our awards and analytics system. Our contesting system is going to continue to grow and improve. Our templates, like I said, check those out on Dev if you haven't already. They're absolutely stellar. I think we'll get to some of this year. I'm not positive, but we have some things up our sleeve as far as some kind of community contesting competition type things. I'm not going to dive really deep into it, but just kind of float that out there. I don't want to spoil too much here. So it's a very, very good question. And I can definitely answer through about Q2 that it will be, like I said, our contesting platform and the way that our desktop app will be, so interconnected with your radio to the cloud, everything in between. But of course our templates, which are going to be released very soon. But yeah, I'm not gonna dive too deep into it, but kind of think some contest along some contest and competition, almost gamification type lines. We won't dive too deep into that right now, but just kind of floating that out there, for sure. Yeah, and then there's definitely some things that we would like to be working on as far as we're building our own internal call sign database, which will hopefully be released soon. That's going to help us with like offline call sign lookups, which is going to be tremendous. And we're going to be doing some database style updates and stuff like that. That's going to help us improve our speed and ability to calculate some more advanced analytics. So you guys will be seeing hopefully toward the end of Q3, Q4, you'll be seeing some really great stuff as far as analytics and that type of thing. But yeah, just keep an eye on our contesting competition platform, and maybe our multi-op system. Yeah, we've got, like I said, we have a stacked slate of stuff here, and I don't want to dive too deep. We've got so many things. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but yeah, I would say those just right off the top. After that, we do have a lot of other stuff that I think will be very innovative, really game changing. But I'm not going to dive too deep into too much of it right now. But thank you for that question, Pepe. It's really a question that made me think, and I'm glad for that one. Made me take pause and think about it a little bit. So yeah. So keep an eye on us. We're definitely headed in quite the trajectory right now. So we just keep that momentum going. Then and Jacob also just dropped its comment in here. Yes, logging streaks is also a big one because you can keep track of how many days you've logged, how many contacts you've logged in a day, what kind of streak you got going daily, weekly. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely another big innovation and across the platform. I mean, across the industry that we've just launched. So really excited. Hello, Maurice from Montana. Guys, tell me if this is too loud, but I'm getting hot in here and I need to fire up the AC. So hopefully this unit isn't too loud for you. Let me know if this gets too loud. All right. I fear that's going to be too loud, but hopefully not. Pepe says exciting months lie ahead. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, absolutely. We're on track for definitely some good and exciting things for the community, the hobby. So yeah, we're glad to have all you guys. We're glad to have all you guys on board. I mean, you guys make World Radio. Like, I'm serious. You guys, your feedback has been absolutely tremendous. Pepe, Rodney, Jacob, you guys have been just pouring in the feedback, and we so appreciate it. And yeah. And if I missed somebody, I apologize. But there's more of you. I was just trying to get some of the guys on the stream here. But you guys are just absolutely tremendous. And thank you for all your support and all your feedback. Maurice says, how about only uploading new contacts to our logbook instead of all the existing ADI file? So I think you're talking about sort of like a smart upload where it scans the ADI file and then only uploads contacts that have not yet been uploaded. You're going to see probably a little bit of this in our QRZ LOTW integration, but I definitely see the benefit of doing that with ADIF files as well. So let me drop a note to the team really quickly here. All right. I gotcha. Okay. All right. So, let me go ahead, jump over here, grab the next question. These questions are great, guys. Keep them coming. Keep dropping them in the live stream questions. Live stream questions channel of the Discord. Let me go ahead and throw the Discord link in one more time here for y'all. Go ahead and grab that link if you haven't already. Join our Discord. Drop any questions in the live stream questions channel. All right. Next question. Here, let me. Give me 1 second here. All right. Okay, so question Oh, Pepe, you are up early, my friend. 3:26, and you were messaging me at like 11 p.m. your time earlier, so you haven't had enough sleep. Oh my. All right. Well, let's see here. Let's get some more questions here. Here we go. Here's one. And I kind of like how this one is framed, so we're going to kind of parse this one up a little bit and try to get a good answer for you, Pepe. Pepe is really going for it, guys, with these questions. You guys are going to have to throw me some to keep up. All right. We appreciate all the questions we get, and very thankful. All right. With every new feature that is added, World Radio League becomes more challenging to use. How do you ensure that World Radio League will remain intuitive for newly licensed hams in the future? That is an amazingly good question. So to this point, our strategy has somewhat been everything should work by default. So everything that we launch, we make it to work for 85-90% of use cases out of the box. That's our goal. Now, I understand we there may be a setting here or there that is maybe slightly different than that, but most everything works out of the box by default. Now, with the more settings we add, the more advanced users are going to want to tweak those settings, and so we try to make those settings really accessible, really easy to get to, but everything still works for new hams by default out of the box. Just really simple. All you got to do is log in when you want to start playing with settings through there. And the more likely a setting is to be used, the higher up on the fewer steps basically you have to take to get there. Like our light and dark mode. I mean, that's something that everybody's going to want to set to their personal preference, and that's one that 50% of people are going to want it one way, 50% are going to want it the other way. We put that right in the header bar, so all you have to do is click a button. Now, if you want to do something more advanced, like go in and change, like add a note to a bunch of your contacts or something, well, that takes a couple more steps, but it's pretty simple to do. If you want to add a note to a bulk block of your contacts, you just go in and into the QSO manager and do that. We've kind of layered. So the more advanced you want to go, the more advanced you can go. But if all you want to do is go in World Radio League and log, everything just works out of the box by default. That's how we've structured it. That's how we intend to keep it. And so on the surface, the UI has changed a little bit, and in some places it's changed more than others, but it's still just open it up, go to your logging tab, create a logbook, start logging. Just that simple right out of the box. So yeah, I would say we definitely are we're getting more complicated features built, and that's a good thing because that's appealing to the users who want to be able to tweak those settings. The more advanced users who have preferences they want to set, by all means, we want to give them that ability. But for those users who don't want anything to do with all that advanced everything, all you got to do is just go in and log. So that's kind of the strategy we've taken there. Pepe, I hope that answers your question. If you have a follow-up, feel free to drop it in here. I'd be glad to answer it. But yeah, that kind of covers that. All right, we got a commenter in here. I presume that all the contest templates are ready for field day later this month. I believe so. I know that I think Brad and one of our devs were working on some last minute updates. I'll ping them right now just to make sure that everything is up to date there. Go ahead and enroll in the contest. That way it will it'll be ready for you whenever it is ready. You'll already be enrolled, and you won't have to do that last minute. But yeah, I'm pinging them right now. All right. All right. I just sent them a message. I may not hear back from them tonight, but I will definitely we'll definitely have that. We'll have it ready for sure. I just don't know if it's like in its final state this moment, or if they have a couple of like custom things they need to couple of minor tweaks they need to make to it. But yes, it will be ready by field day. Okay, I think that's just a duplicate question. All right, Rodney says, when I upload to QRZ, I usually have several QSOs that need correction. One example is I log the QSO with the grid from WHJTX, but when I export the data to QRZ, the grid has been converted to QRZ rev. Okay. All right. So the question is the reference that was in the world, it is the reference that was in the World Radio League World Radio League lookup. Is it re-indexing or changing grid reference? Let me ask. Let me ask the guys here. Let me ask my developer. I know I'm sending off a lot of messages. I'm sorry, Rodney. I'll get back to you on this one. But you guys are asking a lot of good questions. A lot of good questions. All right. There we go. Asking to the pending QRZ linking. Yeah, that's definitely coming right away. We'll be looking at that. Okay. All right. So next question from Discord. I like this one. I really like this one. This is another one from our good friend Pepe. When will voice control be available? Typing in a call sign is so old, odd 20th century technology. So, yes, I definitely get the question. And Pepe, let me just say that I'm a computer. Here in the States, we would call me a computer geek or a nerd because I like tech stuff and I love mechanical keyboards. So typing in a call sign is fun for me, but I definitely understand that some people would disagree with that. And you know what? This is a very good. I'm gonna call this a feature request and pitch it to the team, because that is certainly a feature request that we can look at adding. So let me throw this at them, and we will certainly take a look. Voice. Actually, believe it or not, it's something we have discussed before. So we will yeah, we're definitely eyeing it, but we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. We've got a note here. Shout out to WRL. Thanks for continuously adding new features. Cat Control is huge, and we will sub as a club for all your work. We really appreciate it. And remember, if you're setting up a club account, all of your club members can log into that account and all log into the same notebook. So, or same logbook, excuse me. I saw a comment pop up that said notebook and it threw me off, but you can all log into the same logbook. So, yeah, that's awesome. We really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. Does World Radio League sync directly to POTA yet? So, this is kind of a twofold question. We sync directly with their spotting page, yes. For direct logbook uploads, no. Let me expound. They do not have a mechanism in place to do that for anybody. We've tried. We've reached out to them. They do not have a mechanism in place. They have not historically. Now, we may have found a mechanism to do that. So we're definitely looking into it, like as we speak, looking into it to see about maybe potentially revisiting the issue, trying it again with another method. And so stay tuned. It may happen. It may not happen. But it so far has not been officially set up, but that may be about to change. So keep an eye out. I'm not promising anything, but keep your eyes out because that would be massive. That would be huge if we could do that. We would love to do that. So, like I said, we would love to, and we have tried, but we may have had a new avenue open up. So we'll be looking into it. Most mobile phones have voice input capability for their text fields. Yes, that's true, but nothing that's like directly related to call sign input, which I understand would be definitely a little bit more advanced because you have to parse out call signs correctly. And anyway, yeah, certainly we can definitely look at that. Does when you do auto spotting? Yes, you can auto spot yourself to POTA using the World Radio League. That is a direct sync, direct connection. Rodney says Brad's notebook will be filling up after tonight. Yes, we use Slack internally as a team, and our Slack channel is filling up rapidly as I send out these messages. So, good evening, Dave. KE6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham, a local mine. Great to see you, Dave. Glad to have you in the chat. And I see you're in Discord. You're ready to throw some questions at me. So great. Hold on one second. Oh, I thought I heard a siren or something, but it was my 3D printer behind me. All right. The next question we have is, let's see here. Oops. We got another one from Pepe here. There we go. All right. So this is a good one. This is a really good one. This actually inspired me earlier. So I'm looking for a tutorial, written or video, for dummies, which explains the band condition parameters. Can you recommend a tutorial, or will you or World Radio League produce such a video tutorial? So if you want to deep dive into solar conditions, I would recommend a YouTube channel, Dr. Tamitha Skov, Skov. That's definitely a good channel if you want to deep dive into solar conditions. If you want a surface level guide, when I said you inspired me, I meant you inspired me to record one. So I've got that on my to-do list, Pepe, and we'll try to get that one recorded soon and released for you. So yeah, we'll try to get one out. Both I gave you both there. We'll try to get one out, and there is a YouTube channel that covers a lot of that. So yeah, absolutely. Like I said, Dr. Tamitha Skov, she's like I don't know, she's got some degree of some sort. But yeah, she's brilliant along those lines, but pretty technical. And so sometimes some of that stuff goes over my head, but we'll try to do some research, get a good video put together, and get it out for you. And looks like B. Willen is agreeing, saying, indeed, Dr. Tamitha Skov for all things space weather. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. All right, here's another follow-up question to one of Pepe's questions. KQ4Y Rick, great question here. Let's go ahead and pull this one up. Sorry for everybody on YouTube. The question broke into parts, but on Facebook it posted just fine. I'll be in the air. He said he's following up on Pepe's question. That was kind of the beginning of this. So sorry I didn't copy that part. I'll be in the air and can't get on the live stream. There are many new users. Okay. He's okay. Yeah, we can write a written response to this one, or you can go back and watch the live stream later. There are many new users who don't know CW, and many of us old timers who aren't as fast as we used to be. A way to send contest exchanges by a cat, decode responses, and then log them would be handy. Yeah, I really like that. That's a great idea, Rick. Yeah, like I said earlier, we will definitely be looking into this. I've shot a message to the team. I think I did on that one. If not, I will, and we can. Let me do that right now. All right. So I sent that message off. That's a great question. That's a great question, Rick. Yeah, great question. We'll throw that. Okay. Let's see here. When I put QRT in comments in the Autospot tab, will that QRT my frequency on the Poto website automatically? Yes, I believe so. Yeah, because all the Poto website requires is just there to be QRT somewhere, in your comment. And so as long as you put QRT in the comment from the World Radio League side, that forwards that comment on to POTA, and that should mark a QRT. Absolutely. When will cat control be available for Linux desktop? Let me. When can we compile the Linux binaries for cat control? All right. So great question there. Well, I just fired a message off. I would say it could be a thing where we get so close. I should say it could be a thing where we are so close to launching the desktop app that it may be something that we end up launching the Linux version of the desktop app soon after with cat control included, and then include a Linux distribution of that. So that may be what we're looking at. But I just shot him a message, and we'll see if we can get anything with the cat only app. But otherwise, it may be something where once the desktop app launches, we'll be following up quickly with a desktop app. Cat control is my understanding, with cat control in it, and that will be distributed as a Linux app as well. So, great question. Maurice says, thanks, just added me. Let's see here. Okay, N0APX. Great to see you. And Matt, VA7USD. Great to see both of you guys in the Discord. I don't see a message from you if you tried to throw me one, Maurice. I may be missing it. If you tried to send me a message, you might try it again, or you can always throw it in the chat here in the stream. So KQ4Y is also saying I use remote ham radio for many of my contacts. They have built-in logging, CW send and receive, and FT8 operation and logging. The logging is pretty basic, so I use World Radio League N1MM or N3FJP instead, but some of those other features would be nice if they could be added to World Radio League. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, absolutely. We threw that over to the team, so this was part of his question earlier that was following up with Pepe. So I don't think he's on with us tonight, but hopefully he can rewatch this and get some of these answers. So, all right, great questions there. Great questions. We got another one over here. First of all, let's get this other one from B. Will. And CW decoding in some transceivers is largely dependent on the sender's keying speed. That would be some magic to get that to auto decode. I know. Auto decoding is a whole lot more complicated than auto encoding. So I could foresee like encoding with, easy send, press of a button, click of a key, that type of a thing. Send your call sign, send a CQ, send a 73, that send a predefined message. But receiving is definitely going to be a bit more challenging, I would say. But receiving decoding, but it could be something where, yes, it may become a whole lot more. It may become easier over time as technology advances. So we'll see what happens here in the next few weeks and months, and see what we can look at implementing there. Okay, so here's another one from Discord from Dave KE6GAE asking the status of COM0Com. It's another one of those things where we're kind of simultaneously working on the desktop app and wanting to upgrade the cat control app. So it may get all rolled into one upgrade here in the very near future. So yeah, definitely. I don't have any final. We had somebody reach out and let us use their Flex. And so, we're kind of starting there with Flex virtual ports, that type of thing. And then we had some connection. Anyway, we've had some issues trying to get everything set up, but it should be soon that we'll be we'll be kind of rolling through some of those updates. Sorry, I don't have anything more concrete for you, Dave. We've had so many things on our plate. We've just brought on a fourth developer, so we're super glad to have him on board. And yeah. Okay, Peter says, no, you guys are working on a feature to select certain dates to see certain QSOs. You know when that's coming? That is available in QSO Manager. So if I'm understanding you right anyway, let me throw this up on screen for you here, Peter. Wow, guys, we've been going for almost an hour already, and I didn't even know it. Okay, let me throw this up on screen. So if you go to QSO Manager here, Peter, then you can let me load it here. It's with my stream going, is the connection slowing down. But if you bring this up and say I want to see all my contacts in the first full week of April 2025. So we'll grab this. Whoops. Sorry, we'll grab this here. Grab date 2. Grab the whole week. There we go. There's your whole week of the first full week of April. That's all the contacts I made. So yeah, you can filter by date really easily right there in QSO Manager. I hope that answered your question. If you have a follow-up to that, like if I didn't answer everything you were asking there, just let me know. See, you threw another comment down here that said it would be nice to pick certain QSOs and see those selected QSOs on the map. Oh, so generate a map with specific. Yeah, actually, We have some map updates that are. Let me see where we're at on those. Let's see here. Map updates, map customizations. Okay, yeah. We definitely have some map customizations coming. Yes, yes, yes. We definitely have that coming. That's going to be a little ways. We've got a ton of stuff stacked up here, but that's yeah, that's coming. That's coming. Most certainly. It'll probably be a few weeks, but it's definitely coming. It's the idea is a customizable map where you can go into all of your QSOs, filter down by whatever you want, and it'll show up to X number of QSOs on your map at a time. You can filter that down to however you want, and yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great question. Glad to have that one in here. Dave says we'll jump in the beta channel, see if they need someone to test. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Dave, if you Dave, send me I think we could actually maybe set something up here. DM me on Discord, Dave. And so I don't forget, so I'll have it in my unread DMs, and then I will ping a couple of guys on my team, and maybe we can set up a meeting potentially. And actually kind of work on this together since you have CommOCom set up on your computer. And then we might be able to kind of do a three-way between you and me and one of the devs, kind of do a three-way discussion on this and actually get this set up. So just throw me a Discord DM, and I'll see if I can set up a meeting maybe. And I appreciate you being willing. I didn't know if you would want to experiment with your computer or not, but if you're game for that, then I will absolutely I'll reach out to the team. Yeah, we Zoom or Google Meet. We use Google Meet a lot as a team. So yeah, one of the two I'm sure we'll be able to use. So all right. Probably be an evening, maybe one evening this week. Or next week. It could be an evening next week. I may have an evening open next week that it might work better, but we'll see. We'll see what all happens this week and next week. Hey, that works. And if you can break it, you can fix it. Yeah, I get that. All right, nice. Okay, guys. What all other questions do we have? Oh yes, this is a good one. Is there a place here in World Radio League? This is from Maurice N7NHS over in Discord. Says, is there a place here in World Radio League that displays all of the up and coming contests or events? There absolutely is. We're adding these like constantly. I know Brad's been adding a lot of these. There's one coming up this weekend. Looks like the All Asian DX CW contest. So let me share this screen with you. There we go. All right. So here we go. Here are if you go from your home page, go down to contest. You've got all your upcoming contests listed right here. So yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of upcoming ones, and Brad will certainly be adding more as we go. Yeah, definitely. We've got a good batch stacked up here. So yeah, absolutely. Super excited for even more coming, and some of the customizations we've made with these are incredible. So check them out. All right, next one we have Pepe says, on dev in all my logbooks, the section with the logbook fields is empty. No logbook field is visible. Okay, I'm guessing, Pepe, that's something to do. This is why we warn on dev not to store any crucial data on your dev account. So it could be something like, a new feature we're testing could have hidden it temporarily or something. So I'm just gonna ping one of our guys. Just make sure it's not something to do with templates, logbook templates. Um, okay, I'm dropping a Devin note just to see. Well, let me try it again. Okay, all right. I sent one of the devs a note there. Pepe says, "Am I the only one?" Dave says, "Don't have that problem. Reach out to Brad or the other guys in the beta channel." Yeah, I've sent them a note internally here, and we'll definitely take a look at it. Thanks, Pepe. All right, Dave. Good night. 7-3. Hope you have a great night. We're gonna be wrapping up the stream for too much longer, but we've got a few more notes to go through. Dave said he'll send me a message on Discord. Thanks, Dave. Pepe, am I the only one? It sounds like Dave's not having the issue. If you screenshot or send a Loom recording of the issue, either through Discord or through the community or through a bug report on a dev bug report, that would be totally fine if you want to do that. Either of those three options, you can drop it in the feedback section on Discord and ping me if you want to, but it's totally up to you how you want to report that. But I did already mention your comment to the guys internally, so we'll be looking into it for sure. Jacob says might get a kick out of this hillbilly. I'm sitting here waiting for the net to start, and did not realize I did not have the antenna hooked up. Oh, that's always frustrating, isn't it? Yes, absolutely. All right. Yeah, we probably all have done that. All right. Good night, Dave. 7-3. 7-3, Jacob. That's great. That's fantastic. Have fun with that. Yeah, absolutely. And Dave says he didn't get into the beta log today. Okay. All right, guys. Any more last minute questions? We've made it through everything in Discord. We've made it through everything in the comment section here, I believe. If I missed something, drop it in the comments again or in Discord again. But yeah, if you have any more questions, throw them at me here in these final few minutes of the live stream. I appreciate, any and all feedback you guys have. We love hearing from y'all, and y'all are what makes World Radio League work. So we appreciate every one of you. All right, guys, we're gonna let this thing tick out to an hour. We are 61 seconds away. So we're going to let it tick out to an hour. Make sure we don't get any more feedback or questions from y'all. And if we don't, we're going to call it a stream. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all, every one of you. And stay tuned because like I alluded to tonight, we have a killer lineup of stuff coming. We've always got a killer lineup of stuff coming. Yeah, every time we release a live stream, every time we release new features, we still have plenty more coming. Absolutely, Pepe. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. I know it was early for you, but we really, really appreciate you coming on, Pepe. Get you some sleep, and maybe we'll be chatting with you tomorrow. Appreciate it, my friend. Peter saying thank you for everything. 7-3 from Kilo Delta 9 Zulu November Alpha. All right, 7-3, Peter. And guys, we are in the final 3 seconds. 7-3, everybody. Thank you, Joe. Have a great evening. Thank you, Rodney, KJ5FWC. Thank you for I appreciate the thanks there. I couldn't do it without, we've got such a killer team. I feel like I'm not doing much compared to them, but yeah, they're crushing it. So all right, 7-3, everybody. Good night. and have a great week. And hopefully we'll catch you either later this week or at some point next week. But 7-3, everybody. And we'll catch you next time. From November 0, Alpha Papa X-Ray, I'm Clear.